see that bobber down, Charles?
Oh yeah, I can see him. It's a toe. There's a toe. See the red?
Another target species, but nice fish.
That thing looks drunk. Oh yeah, it's still got slump. Addicts, this is why we love Steelhead. What is up, all you addicts out there? Welcome to another episode of Addicted Life. It's winter steelhead season, something that we hold true and dear to our hearts, but it's a grind out here nowadays during winter steelhead season. So we're gonna use this opportunity to give you guys some techniques today, show you guys kind of what we're using out on the river, kind of some early prep winter steelhead kind of things. And if we hook a chrome bullet, it's just an added bonus. So we hope you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure to freaking smash the subscribe button down here, please. We're making these episodes every single week on Sundays, Addicted Life. If you subscribe, hit that notification, you'll be able to stay with us. Stay tuned, this should be a fun episode. What up, addicts? We just got here. Sean, let's take him over and let him look at the river. Look how small this thing is, dude. I feel like we're fishing in the Midwest. Just a little tiny creek, but we're gonna do some winter steelhead fishing today. I just called Charles. He's gonna walk up. He's downriver just a little ways, and he's gonna give us an update on what's going on. He said he talked to the fish checker. There's already been a couple caught out of here, so hopefully there's a chance we can get some fish. We're gonna show you guys our riggings and kind of what we're gonna use on the river today. Comment below, let us know what you guys think we should be using. This water's a little bit off colored, it's a little bit smaller creek, so what do you guys think we should be tying on? I'm gonna go with a bobber and worm, because that's what I always fish. I don't know what Charles has, but we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, all you addicts out there, so you guys have been asking us a lot in comments and stuff to show more of our techniques, kind of show what we're using out here on the river in these Addicted Life episodes. So while Charles is on his way up to meet us here, I am going to show you what we're using. We're gonna start out with one of our AF7 Addicted floats. Some exciting news, we're actually working on some more variations of these and some upgrades, making them better, so stay tuned for that. There's some new ones of these coming. So the advantage of the fixed float, in my opinion, is you being able to slide up and down at a quick rate. So when you're fishing small creeks like this, like me and Charles are about to do today, you can just easily adjust your depths, which is imperative in fishing stuff like this, especially because the water's off colored. You can't really see the depths of what you're fishing, and so it's best to be able to adjust quickly. So that's why I like the fixed float. So I got the fixed float, and then what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna use, because we have a little bit of off color water, I'm gonna use some brighter stuff just to bounce some bright colors off these fish's face. So I'm actually going to use a bright blue metallic jig head. And I'm just gonna tie that on with just your old dandy fisherman's knot, just a few wraps here, 6 or 7 wraps, whatever you feel comfortable with. Then you're gonna take that tag end and put it back through there, through that hole. Another important thing with fluorocarbon, always wet your knots. If you're losing fish or breaking fish at the jig, you're not wetting your knot enough, because it's weakening when you cinch it down. So then you're gonna take your little Gerber scissors here and you're gonna clip off that tag end. My biggest pet peeve is having a big giant tag end on there. I don't know why. The fish probably don't care, but I care. It needs to look pretty. Okay, and then depending on what worms and stuff you have, I highly suggest you have multiple colors of worms. It is super important, in my opinion. These fish never, ever just want one color worm. So there's a bunch of different companies out there that make worms. Mad River, a company that we've worked with forever, super good buddy of mine. He makes a ton of different variations, and we also partnered with Mad River to come out with our own worms. And so these are just some of the colors that we have that we came out with. We have the Clearwater Peach, we have Red Haze, Peachy Pearl, we got Red Pearl, and I think that's all I got of our worms right now. Oh, nope, Pink Haze. So we do have a couple other colors, but doesn't look like I have them on me right now. But if you want to check those out, head them on our website, addicted.fishing. You can check out or purchase any of our worms. So like I said though, I'm gonna go with something a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna use this Red Haze, which is a pretty bright, like pinkish red. It's got some blue tint to it. What I like to do, this is a 6-inch worm. I like to cut these things down. So I'm cutting them down right here at the collar. Just just like that. And then you're gonna take this here, you're gonna slide it on up there, just to the bend most likely, and then you're gonna pull that out, start sliding it up there. And one thing that you can do, a little trick, is you can put a little dab of super glue right there, and then once you slide that worm up, you can kind of hold it on the super glue and it'll hold that worm snug up on your jig head. So if you do what I just did, as you guys can see, this is something that I hate, but see that little bend in the worm right there? If that happens to me, it probably makes zero freaking difference, but for some reason I just can't handle it, so I'll slide it back out and put it up through a couple more ribs, just so it's straight on the jig head. Just like that. I'm about to catch a fish. Charles, here's the deal, dude. Marlin effed up again, like always. So, in this episode of Addicted Life, it's gonna be Marlin driving home to get his wading boots.
Oh my God.
So here's what I'm thinking. You guys fish like up? Because this only gonna take me 30 minutes, like it'll be 30-minute round trip. I've done this drive a million times. So I'm just gonna run home. I'll put my waders on there, put my waders, my boots on, and then I'll just meet you guys right back here and we'll freaking. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We hope you love this episode of Addicted Life. As always, smash and tap that subscribe button. Every single Sunday we come out with a new episode of these things, and hopefully we can hook a couple fish today. But if not, we're gonna educate you guys on a bunch of different winter steelhead techniques and kind of get you on some prep ideas for catching some fish this year. So thanks for tuning in. Charles, I hope you catch a fish when I drive home and go get my damn wading boots. And comment below and give me a freaking hard time for forgetting my damn wading boots, because maybe if you guys razz me enough, I won't do this again.
Made him wear his tennis shoes. No waders today, just sweatpants. It's alright, we'll go catch a fish while he's messing around. I think right away I'm going to put this worm through there. This place is so shallow. I think I'm gonna switch gears here. I have this jig set up just like Marlin was rigging up that worm, just here on a fixed float. 1/8 ounce jig. But I'm not just gonna throw this jig, I'm gonna tip it with a little bit of shrimp. That is, tear a piece of it off. Just normal shrimp. Sticks on there really well. You get a bunch of casts out of that. And fish love it. I'm catching silvers on it, steelhead. Everything seems to love that shrimp. Hopefully I don't lose this jig. Lucky jig. You'd think it'd be a lot deeper in there. Like 1.5 feet deep all the way across this. Alright, we'll hike that. Well, that's Marlin. Better hike herself back and go check downriver and maybe find some fish, huh? Well, me and Sean decided to head up and look for some fish upriver. Marlin had to go grab his boots, but I just got the phone call he's back, so we're gonna hike back down and meet up with them and hopefully find some fish downriver. Stay tuned.
You see that bar down, Charles? It was out in front of that trees and shit, so it probably was nothing. It went down kind of slow, but man, it looked good for a sec. Come on. Control. Down to the good shit. Charles, let's roll. why you use really strong line and leader, so you can get shit out like that. Charles, this hole right here, I've caught a lot of fish out of. Yeah, we need to be running some bait through here good. You should put a brighter jig tip with some shrimp. You should put a brighter jig on though. Yeah. Because this water's pretty dingy.
I figure they can see a lot of eggs. Why wouldn't they be able to see that?
I'm sure they can. I just feel more confident when it's brighter. All right, everyone out there watching, what should I put on? What do you guys think? What do you think? I think I'm gonna go with one of these brighter metallic heads. I'm gonna go yellow. It'd be insane. Don't leave these little chunks of plastic out on the river, because I see way too many of these floating down the river. When you cut your worm or whatever, just throw it in the bag, dispose of it somewhere else, not on the river. I hope we get a fish today, Charles. Dude, if we can't get anything in this lower stretch here, we're bailing and going to another river. All right, game time, fish time. Well, this river, this creek in particular, if you guys are out there watching, I tend to fish this thing super fast because there's not a lot of water that these fish can be sitting in. So I am just running and gunning with something big and aggressive and just looking for that one steelhead that wants to bite that. And if I can't find it here, I'm going to a different river. What's up, all you addicts out there? We're getting kind of started kicking off on this little hike down. The reason we're kind of packed light is for this reason specifically. We're like freaking tromping through, climbing over logs, doing all sorts of bushwhacking to get to some of these steelhead spots. So all I have is one Guide Select Pro and one box that has all the things that I need, some leaders, some worms kind of stuffed in my waders. But trying to go light, pack light, and not fish very much stuff and just fish quick and see if there's any idiots that want to bite our stuff.
Gotta be.
Chrome, bonk.
Chrome. Can't find no fish. Can't find no fish. I think it's time to go look for some new water. Come back here when we know there's a bunch of fish in here.
Right there. Come on. Boink. All you addicts out there watching, just know that for most, I mean, wouldn't you agree, Charles? Most areas around here, it's still early for steelhead.
Oh, for sure.
So we're kind of on an early exploratory mission. Me and Charles were talking last night. We're like, dude, let's go hit this creek. Sometimes this creek, historically, will get fish earlier than anywhere else. So one of the good things to do, guys out there and guys and gals out there watching, in the early season like this, is do exactly what I'm doing. Try to figure out like what the depths of these holes are. Try to figure out where the pockets are in the, you know, if you're exploring and it's a new area, or if it's somewhere you haven't fished in a long time, you got to relearn it. I mean, I basically, when I first started fishing this hole, I literally started that deep. And then by the time I was done, I basically figured out that the hole was more like that deep. So that's why we're just really getting out here early. So now when we come back and we know there's fish in here, we're gonna know exactly that we can easily fish this hole 4 to 5 feet deep, and we're gonna be dialed. Now, if only I could catch a fish. That would be a bonus. All right, let's go. I think I agree. Let's go check it out.
You might want to get a hold of like River Junkie to come down here, maybe do something with this, because there's definitely a lot of trash here.
Yeah, guys, this is the one downside to fishing these residential areas like this is it's not that the anglers are out here littering on the river, it's that the population density of people that just aren't even fishermen. You have, I mean, it could be anyone. I'm not even going to try to call anyone out, but there's a lot of garbage on this creek, and it's super sad to see.
Well, I found,
freaking sucks.
So far hiking, I found 3 sleeping bags, 1 tent, and one of them was a camp that had a ton of garbage and a bunch of drug needles in it. Yeah. That's just awesome.
Not cool. Not cool. So if you can, when you're out here, try to pick this crap up. I usually do. I have a garbage bag with me, and I'll pick some stuff up here and there when I can, but
be careful what you're picking up too, because some of this stuff has some pretty gnarly stuff in it that you do not want to get poked with.
Exactly. So just gross, just gross. So we fished, we probably didn't show you as long as we fished that creek quite a long time. A few hours we hit on it. We fished worms and jigs and bait, and we bounced some spoons around a little bit on the spinning rods, but just couldn't find any fish. So we decided to change directions. We're gonna head to another river. Like I said, we're gonna go try to find some early wild fish that we know show up to one of these other rivers. So wish us luck. We'll show you guys kind of what we're using on this next river as well. It'll be the same kind of thing, worms, spoons, but this river should look a lot prettier, green and sexy looking, so stay tuned.
Well, there's fish right there.
Really?
Yep. He's pushed all the way out to the edge now. He's all the way over there by that green shit.
Oh yeah, I can see him. It's a toe. There's a toe. See the red?
Yeah, there's a couple of them in there.
Look at, you see the red? There's a bunch of them over there.
Yeah.
Charles, you should go down there and twitch a couple of those up while Sean's filming from the top.
I don't have the twitching jig.
I do.
Twitching rod.
You don't need a rod. Dude, you freaking swing a spoon or something in front of those. They're gonna smash it, guaranteed. Or even see if your jig. Oh, they'll probably eat your jig, dude. Yeah, there's definitely, I think that one right in the center, Charles, is a steelhead for sure. Yeah, it is, because the coho keeps running it off. It's chasing it right now.
All right, another target species, but nice fish.
Says leader.
Woo! Tug is the drug. Wasn't what I was looking for, but I'll take it. A little bit of a stripe I thought out there, and I'm like, oh man, this feels kind of heavy. This might be a nice summer.
Yeah.
And then it's all right though.
Some guy Alicia got a hatchery coho this morning.
There's actually one right there at my feet. They've been swimming back and forth in here. But there gotta be some steelhead sitting around though.
What's up, all you addicts? I hope you guys are loving this episode so far. It's been a fun day being out here in the early winter steelhead season trying to find some early fish. We are on our second river now. We went and checked out a creek this morning. Seen a couple fish. Just ran into one of my buddies that said he got an early winter this morning. So that's freaking super promising news. Charles just got a nice little coho. He was targeting, there were some steelhead that were like sitting in this tail out. You could see basically lined up kind of behind the coho. And he was trying to get those steelhead to bite behind those coho, but they just wouldn't do it, and the coho freaking took his jig instead. So that was pretty cool to see that fire truck. But anyway, guys, we're on this second river. Wish us luck. We're trying to get some more steelhead here. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I don't have my spoon rod. All you guys out there watching, doesn't this run just look like the perfect little spoon run? You can swing your spoon through. Show them the run, Sean. Just look at this. It just looks so perfect. You can swing a spoon through there. Damn it, I wish I had my spoon rod. Whoever borrowed my spoon rod out of my addicted friends out there and hasn't given it back to me, can you please return it? I got a spot that's a guarantee.
A guaranteed?
Yeah.
You know why we didn't get no hatchery fish earlier? We didn't have no addicted winter crumbling. That's why. I already know it.
All you addicts out there watching, you better get yourself some Procure addicted winter chromlin, because Charles thinks that's the only reason we didn't catch anything.
That's why.
I personally believe it's because we suck. Let's go up here and try though. I got another couple good spots. Right here, you fish your way down. I'll meet you in the middle. There's 2 or 3 little spots in there that are like perfect little buckets.
The translation for that is there's a better hole down there and he wants me to fish up here. That's what's going on.
I can't believe I don't have my spoon rod, dude. This looks so spoony. Dude, worm just ain't coming through for me. Oh, that's right where they lay too, Sean. That looked kind of fishy. All right, all you addicts out there watching, man, it's been a freaking awesome day. Let's go downriver, try one more little hidey hole, see if there's any steelhead laying in there, and then we got to get to the NSIA banquet tonight. And I'll actually have Sean film a little bit of that tonight while he's there hanging out, and we'll throw that in the episode as well so you guys can kind of see what NSIA is and what this banquet is. It's basically the National Sport Fishing Industry Association. They help us a lot as far as, like, they're on the compact meetings that sets our seasons for the Columbia River. They fight constantly against sea lions and hatchery reform and trying to help us get more fish, and they do a lot for the anglers. And so we're going tonight to support them, so that's what we got to do, and that's why we got to kind of cut the day short, because that starts at 5:30. But we're going down here really quick. I got one more little hidey hole we're going to try. Wish us luck. You guys are going to get brought into a little secret little hole. Come on, be there. Dude, where are all the fish, Charles? Oh, there should be one in here. I don't think we're going to get any more fish. But it was a good exploratory mission, a little early mission.
That's the way the season starts, man. Come out, start poking around.
Dude, that's like one of the main reasons I always like to get out here and just bounce around early, even if I'm not catching anything, just because you never know when they're going to all of a sudden show up and then you're on them.
Right. You definitely want to be the guy that's making reports, not getting them.
Yeah, it's 2:17. Oh, let's go to this banquet. I don't want to quit fishing. Still have like 2 hours of daylight left. That thing looks chrome. That looks like a winter. Oh, I just no. Oh my gosh, I thought I just freaking lost him. Because he like came off on, he like went on a rock or something. Dude, you love how it's like, Charles, see how it like slows down in there and boom, my bomber. Oh yeah, it's still got some spunk.
Pretty close fish.
Dude, that just goes to show you, all you guys, you can't get discouraged. You just got to stick to it. I told Charles, I'm like, dude, we should probably hit these 2 little buckets up here really quick before we leave. Because this current is doing what it's doing, I'm going to try to walk this fish down into this softer stuff. Dude, I don't know, man. That could be a winner. Nah, he's a summer for sure. Just solid. Just solid. Just a beauty. What a perfect, just red cheek on her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 20, so go ahead and grab the leader. Addicts, this is why we love steelhead. Look at how beautiful that fish is. Woo! Look at that thing.
That is amazing.
That's on the red pearl addicted steelhead worm. You can get that on our website. Shameless little pitch. Dude, look at how freaking just pretty, like she still has so much weight on her.
Yeah, this is a really healthy wild fish.
Guys, so we made sure we kept this wild fish. You want to take care of these steelhead. We don't have very many of these freaking wild things left, and it's awesome just to be able to out here catching them. So keep them in the water. Don't bring them up on the bank. Don't smash their heads against the thing. Charles is doing a good job just letting her kind of restore her energy. And then what we want to do is when we release this fish, Charles, go ahead and let's go ahead and walk her out into the, Sean, you can get, and just let her kick away. You want to let the steelhead move when she's ready. Like there, see that? So if you guys were watching that, that's how you know, like, okay, that fish was ready to go. She kicked away on her own, strong as hell. I'm excited as hell that I just caught it.
Woo! That was bad, dude. That was awesome. Good call, Marlon. He said we should probably fish this before we leave. And no kidding. Oh, what an awesome last minute fish, huh? It's pretty good.
I know, dude. It felt good to freaking fight a steelhead for sure. Yeah, grind out here, but that's all right. That's what it's about. Out here doing some exploring, trying to see if we can find any new changes to the river or whatever before steelhead season really starts to kick off. Had to cut the day a little short. It's 2:30 because we got to go to, like I said, we're gonna head to the NSIA banquet. So stay tuned. We'll show you guys kind of what that's like.
I need acid.
Try that thing on.
You know who would look good on that?
Try it on, dude. If you see this thing cheap. Jordan gotta know if it like
Jordan would look good in that.
Oh my god, you're totally good.
Number three. Number three. Number three, we have a winner right here. Perfect.
Coalition that's been working on changing the Marine Mammal Protection Act in Washington, D.C.
75 now, get them on 75. There's 175. Now 200. 2, get them on 2. How about a 2 now?
All right, addicts, what is up? So that was the NSIA banquet. Hope you guys enjoyed getting a little inside peek of what the industry people are doing here. Really important to support some of these groups that are helping our fisheries here in the Northwest. So that's what we're doing out here, supporting NSIA. They fight for us when it comes to legislation and political things that us anglers just aren't involved in, but they're helping us, and so we're here supporting them because they're helping us out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, got to see a little inside scoop. Please tap this little subscribe button right here that pops up. Tap that subscribe button, please. We got a new episode every single Sunday, and we enjoy tuning in with just you guys. Hang out.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Addictive Life. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it for you. But just to let you guys know, 3 days after we air this episode, we are going to do a contest for some of the commenters down below. If you've given this video a thumbs up and you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, we will reply to one of your comments and pin it up front and let you guys know that you won an Addicted prize pack. So be sure to share this video out on social media, tell your friends, and thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the water.